Batter's up. Batter's up. Batter's in. Batter is in.
Tommy G's boxing stuff in here. Oh, for real? Babysitting. $2 an hour. I can sit on babies for days. Send me some stuff, baby. Send me some stuff.
Oh. Hey, I didn't see you there. Why don't you just sit back and let me tell you a little story? And I am sorry that this all appears to be crooked, even though I look straight and the rest of the room looks crooked. And I still haven't bettered the lighting in here yet. I am sorry. I am so sorry. But let me tell you a story. Let me tell you a story, homies. A story, a gravy story. Once upon a time, I had $5 shop cash on the shop app. After I had bought some stuff, and I had a day for the $5 to expire. So I was going through New Year, however you say it, and Pro Sound Stage and Lighting. There's about the only shops on shop that I could get anything from that I was, so I was looking for just something cheap, a little $5 thing or something. I had 24 hours left to use it, and Pro Sound Stage and Lighting had a multiplier for the shop cash going on. So the microphone that I bought that we are about to go over and unbox was I think normally $100 and something. It's been on sale here lately for $60 because of the shop cash multiplier on Pro Sound Stage and Lighting. I got it for $5.99. I got it for $5.99. I don't need this microphone at all. But $5.99, So I bought it. I have really been enjoying my Revelator. What's it, IO24? Yeah, it's right here, IO24. Maybe if I switch over to this camera and move my root burr out of the way, you can kind of see it over here. Yeah, it's the IO24. And it's pretty gravy. It makes the sub-mixing super easy. Much better than Elgato's sub-mixing system, and way better than that, what's the other free one called? The tape machine thing, whatever. I just wish that Presonus would give us some of that software sub-mixing for the Studio 192. Because that was like $1,000 interface, and it is fucking gravy. But it only does sub-mixing through the hardware inputs. You can't do it with software for streaming, create your mix minus and all of that. So that's why I bought the Revelator 24. Oh man, this Core 2.2 really has a way of stretching out that dab. Maximize that dabber. And then you put it on the table. Take the toppy thing off and you swab it all about. That's what it's all about. Bada bing, bada boom. How do you doom? Here it is. This is the, I guess, the OG or whatever you want to call it of the Revelator series. I believe. I could be wrong about that, but I believe that they came out with this actually first, and then they made the interface that I have, and then they made it was another interface like the one that I have, but more compact, and then they made a newer version of this, but in a dynamic. As I mean, I guess dynamics are good for podcasts and stuff, but condensers are great for podcasts too. And dynamics kind of suck for studio recording of vocals, in my personal opinion. You know, that dynamic distortion at the top end, nah, not so much. But you know, I mean, pros and cons, and be creative as an artist. You know, sound tech, whatever. You know, um, be creative. You know, I'm not gonna gatekeep for you. I'm just saying. You know, I prefer the condensers. Uh, Unless I'm doing something live, like a performance, you know, then dynamic all the way. Or if I'm miking a drum kit for pretty much everything except for the cymbals, I'm going to use dynamics. But regardless, I digress. But, you know, just so you can see the whole box and stuff, you know, that's kind of, you know, typical for these unboxing thingy things. Oh yeah, that is the other thing, is that this does come with some software. I don't think I ever actually downloaded any of the software from my Revelator. Um, but I know that it does come with Studio One, like the light version, whatever, artist or whatever, and it's basically the entry version or whatever of Studio One. But it also does come with, you know, some extra free plugins and stuff. It is pretty much, you know, what you would typically expect with free plugins, you know. Um, but it's always great to have. Like my favorite USB condenser so far has been the Audio Technica AT2020, like hands down. But it came with no software to use. I mean, as far as hooking it up to the computer, plug and play, and that's really fine for me because I already have, even though I don't typically do music as much anymore, you know. But I'm saying, I've got the studio version of DaVinci, and that's what I primarily use for almost everything except for like a live stream. And I haven't done one of those, it feels like, in about 200 years or something. So, but I digress and I digress. So let's see what we get in the box. Let us see what we get in the box. What I am really hoping is that after I manage to sell some of my old gear and stuff, uh, I can afford to get a MacBook Pro. And, you know, this might be come in handy for that. Uh, And we got the, oh, I cannot see my screen, so I am taking the box off of the table. Uh, it's not a very big table. So in here, it looks, oh, this is, I actually wasn't expecting this, you know. I'm not going to go fanboy or whatever over accessories and stuff, but this is a, what do you call it, a, is it 5 something adapter to a 1/4 inch 20 male. I was not expecting to get an adapter like that in the box, but that's good. Or this actually might be the European. I'm not sure about that, actually. I could be wrong. So take everything I say with a grain of salt or whatever. And here we got our USB-C to USB-A. And then when we take out our thingy thing, there we got our Mikey Mike. Our Mikey Mike inside the boxy box. And I believe that that will be it. Yes, that is it. And this, I can't speak as far as, you know, the sound quality and stuff of this, but I can already tell you that aside from the software, there is another advantage to this over something like the AT2020, and that is that this has the all three of the main, or the main three, I guess, what do you call it, you know, polar patterns built into it. So this does have omnidirectional, figure eight, and, you know, your standard cardioid. And the reason that that is awesome because, you know, figure eight is like boom from both sides like this. Traditionally, you'd get a figure eight pattern with like a ribbon microphone. But this is a condenser. But, you know, ribbon mics have their time and their place. I did a whole video, if you want to go back and watch it, you know, on buying the right microphone for the right job. And, you know, having microphones like this that have, you know, the multiple patterns built in is a godsend, you know, in my personal opinion, because, you know, you've got a microphone that can do multiple jobs. Because with the cardioid pattern, you know, when you're recording a singer or something, you know, you basically want to have, you know, you want the microphone to pick up what's in front of it and nothing else, you know. So you got a cardioid pattern that will come across like this, and then try to reject everything else. Or, you know, you've got a figure eight pattern that picks up everything like a cardioid, but in both directions. And then you've got an omnidirectional polar pattern, and that basically just picks up everything. Omnidirectional is great for like room mics, and a lot of times lapels or you know, lavaliers will use an omnidirectional because it just boom, it just picks up the room, and they're great for like catching ambience and stuff like that. My preferred way of capturing ambience is through ambisonics, but that's a personal taste, and ambisonics is a whole nother exploratory thing, I guess. Anyway, let me stop rambling. So I like this swivel base that it's on. That's pretty nice, and I'm guessing by the inclusion of this that there is some type of mount on the back, and yes, there is. Okay, I see that now. That's a looks like a 1/4 thread right there. Boom. Nice. That's good to go. We don't need that. Of course, like I said, we don't even really need the microphone. I've got plenty of microphones. But then we got, you know, your USB, your headphone, yada, yada, yada. I'm not going to even use the USB cable, at least for right now, because I'm just going to test this, we're just going to unplug the Revelator and plug that in. And then you got your volume button right here. And I believe, yeah, it has multiple modes, I believe, that you can, you know, click and cycle through different modes. I think it's probably like volume, maybe pre-gain, and headphone level. And so you've got a button right here to turn monitoring on and off, I am assuming, and probably to cycle through your presets, or maybe just to activate whatever selected preset you have. And then there is some information over here on the side, just about, you know, registering and all of that gravy stuff. Do. As we used to say back in the day, after I get this glare off of it, if you want to, you know, jot any of that down for whatever reason, pause it and jaws it. Do what you like. Just grab them in the biscuits. And I'm sorry. And I will say, this bass has got a little bit of weight to it, and I appreciate that. It's definitely, even without hearing it, it's a great pickup for $6 because even if the microphone don't work, that's a good fucking paperweight for $6. Shit. It's a nice decoration, I'm saying, for $6. Shit. And now I am going to do something that, most YouTubers aren't really nice enough to do for you guys. But, I am nice. I am a very kind soul, which is why I'm actually going to show you the paperwork because I love you. I love you. So I will show you the paperwork. Stop. Go online to mypresonus.com and register your serial number. And so, yeah, okay, it's basically just your, quick start guide. So that's gravy, baby. That is gravy. A lot of people will talk about how much they miss the days of having those thick manuals and stuff come with all your products, all your gadgets and stuff that you buy. I disagree. I mean, at least for some stuff, because a simple microphone like this, you don't really need a whole big instruction book. So fucking by all means, give us a little piece of paper. I don't even mind if I just have to read it on my phone and, you just give me put a little thing and say, go to Presonus.com and there's your quick start guide on my phone. I will do that. Save some fucking trees. I'm good with it. All right. So I am going to take a break, set this up on the Mac over here, and yeah, snippity snip snip, snip snip. How do you like that shit? Okay, now here we are, recording inside of DaVinci. We are recording inside of DaVinci Resolve. Just to, kind of show you my normal, my usual, whatever you want to call it, workflow. So far, this microphone is, it's okay. I don't know if I would, write home about it. This is how it sounds without any preset at all. I think that it's picking that up because I haven't set like any submixes or anything like that yet. And then this is the broadcast male. This is the broadcast female. This is the robot. This is the AM radio. And the hotkey would be me. Hi. Oh shit. I hope that it actually recorded all of that. And I did figure out a little bit on the front, those that I showed you, the push button in on the volume knob is just to mute the microphone. So like if I press it right now, talking at all until I unpress it. I'm guessing that all of that is going to translate okay. The monitor button, I think, is like adds your your software mixing and whatever. And as you can hear, there is some handling noise, and the preset button just cycles through your presets. Easy peasy. You got all these different, you got all your gate limiter, so you could completely customize this and make your own too. And you can make your own fat channel settings or whatever inside of Presonus. Presonus. I keep calling them Prosonus, I think, but it's Presonus. whatever. So it's going to be hard for me to judge this microphone until, I can actually hear it back. But so far, it's, decent enough. It's definitely decent enough for the $60. It's definitely decent enough for the $6 that I paid for it. Absolutely 100%. The flip side of that is that I actually have had one USB mic out of all of the USB mics that I've had. And USB mics aren't usually even my thing because I prefer the flexibility of having XLR connections. That being said, I have had one USB mic that would not have been worth that $5.99 that I paid for this one, and that was the Elgato Wave bullshit. That
that microphone is terrible. That microphone is terrible. It is a condenser mic with all of the drawbacks of a dynamic and none of the real advantage of being a condenser. It's just, I paid, what was it? I think 60 or 70 bucks for that thing, and I don't use it at all. I have no desire to use it, none whatsoever. Let's play with this a little bit again. Where did it go? Oh shit, did I close it out? I don't think I did. Where's my universal control? Where is my universal control? Let me just, oh, I did not want to full screen that. I wanted to minimize that. I'm still not completely used to working on a Mac. I still have those PC tendencies. So first thing we're going to do is turn off that gate. So you can hear the difference. You hear it, you hear that. Do you hear that? Baby, baby, do you hear me? I'm singing to you 'cause I love you. So there you can see how the gate works. I hope that it's actually recording all of that. It's hard to say. If not, I think that I will have the audio output to my computer on a separate channel coming through the ATEM. So if we have to, we can circle around with that. I think I do believe that that is coming through. Yeah. So, all right. And so here is our limiter. You hear what that tastes like. We can turn the EQ on and off. There's our compressor. I was going to call it our compositor. And there's our high pass filter. And here's some voice effects. We got the echo. We got distortions. We got slapbacks.
We have your wife. We want $5. Oh, you won't pay $5? Take her, I'll give you $5.
I am fucking dumb. Reflections, VOG. I'm not sure what VOG is. Voice on God, maybe? Hi, how do you do? That sounds like a pitch shifter and a reverb combined. Let's see what the bots is all about. Okay, basically the same as the other robot. And we got some echo. Are you ready to suck it? Oh, whatever. Oh, that is terrible. Hey, baby, how do you do? Okay, that was pretty terrible. I think this is my favorite one of them so far. This definitely does make me feel godly. All right, let's turn that off. All right. So, yeah, we see that it's working in DaVinci. So I'm going to turn around and we're going to put something in Presonus, and then we'll be white-black. We'll be white-black. After these messages, we'll be white-black. Hello. And now we are in Presonus. I just wanted to test the audio playback. That's why we are recording it with some music right here. And then here in a second, I'm just gonna cut that out and phase it out because I'm gonna I'll just leave it playing for now. I can always cut it out in post. The more you know, or whatever you want to call it. And we're gonna go and test some guitar and stuff here in a little bit too. But first, I want to show you. I found the settings on the Revelator software right here, and so this is where you choose your polar patterns, and we're just gonna choose them here, just to give you a feel. I will. I can't really turn the microphone around, but this is my finger behind the microphone right there, just to show you that figure 8 pattern. I've got it on a really short cord right now, so you know, I can't really turn it around. And then this is the Omni pattern. So like, if I wanted to talk like into the front of the microphone, the Omni pattern would be good for that, because here I am right over top of the microphone, and then here I am right back. But for the most part, you know, with a microphone like this, we're gonna be going cardioid. Possibly, you know, the figure 8 can be good if you're doing like a podcast thing, but you want the simplicity of one microphone. Say maybe you're doing a podcast on the road or going somewhere else, whatever, you know, and you need to record 2 people. You don't want to carry more than one microphone. Figure 8 pattern is good for that. And like I said, you know, I won't repeat, you know, but, well, I will. Fuck it. The Omni pattern is really good for just picking up that room sound. Once again, you know, here we go. There's the Omni pattern. All we go, all we go, all we go. And here we can, you know, turn the fat channel on and off for the USB thing. And we can output delay, you know, blah, blah, blah. We could change the way our preset button mode works. That's pretty cool. And with this, we can change the little volume knob from either you press it in to mute the microphone, or you press it in to mute the headphones. Pretty neat. You know, I probably won't use that much. But yeah. So those are the settings in here. And now that song has come to an end. So I've only briefly gone back and listened to the recordings that we did. This armrest is too far over. Fuck it. I've only gone back and briefly listened to the recordings that we just did. But from what I could hear so far, it sounded pretty good. I don't know if I would constitute it being on the level of the AT2020 as far as the initial sound quality goes, but feature-wise, you know, I mean, it's got the AT2020 feature-wise, no problem, you know, with the 3 polar patterns and the universal control software. I didn't even show you about submixing and everything on there, but if you don't know about submixing, basically the idea is, say you're doing like a live stream or something, you've got a guest that comes in and you want to either record the 2 of you together, or you want to, you know, live stream it, but you're doing it remotely. Well, if you just run your sound to them, they're going to hear themselves on top of everything else and create this echo effect, then it's going to be unbearable for them, you know. So what Mix Minus does, or, you know, submixing, is you send him a different mix than what is going to your stream. Your stream will get the full mix, and then you can send them a mix. I mean, the submixing, it's fully customizable what you send to where. You can have a different mix for yourself, a different mix for your guest, and a completely different mix for your audience. And that's why that's important for having guests. That's my reason for wanting to have it, even though I still haven't done a show where I brought in a remote guest yet. But, you know, I need to I want to make sure that I have that, because I do plan on doing that eventually. It's just that shit is always popping off in my life, and it's hard to get people together to do stuff. But, you know, I digress. That's the, you know, that's the real big benefit to having submixing go, you know. And you can totally bypass the effects and, you know, the fat channel. I only briefly did it here about 22 years ago, or whenever it was that we did it earlier in this video. I'm sorry. I'm watching some weird van pull up into the parking lot. But yeah, you could totally bypass that fat channel, you know, because usually if you're recording music, if you're recording for music, you're recording vocals for music, or you're recording a guitar or whatever, you know, you really don't want that stuff on there, because you want to record everything flat. and give you more options as to what you can do with it in post. And then that's where you start really adding your fat channel, and, all your post effects and, processing and, all of that stuff. The flatter the frequency range and the drier the signal, the more options you're going to have in post-production. That being said, when you're live streaming and sometimes even just doing a quick recording or, a podcast or even music recording, maybe you don't want to have to do all of that in post. And so, it's a quick, easy way to dial in. If I was still recording music, I would not record with the fat channel and processing going. I would record everything perfectly flat, because I'd want to have those options open. That being said, they're all great features to have, especially if you're live streaming. Because if you're live streaming, obviously, you don't really get the benefit of post-production. It's one shot, baby. It's all in one shot. But, that being said, if it would damn sure would be worth the full $60 that it is right now. And I think the normal price is $100 and something, and I would even go as far as to say, so far anyway, I think it's worth all of that, because, it's a pretty decent build construction. I think most of the microphone, no, that's metal. That is definitely metal. Some of the knobs and stuff is plastic, and we've got the plastic knobby knob thing, whatever you want to call it, but the stand is metal and it's got weight to it. It's basically everything you need, and it's got the 1/4" 20 thread, so you could use it with a camera tripod. You could use it with a mic stand, because it's got the 1/4 22 mic stand adapter for you, so you've got various mounting options. I'm impressed, for definitely for getting this thing for, I'm gonna go back up. Oh, wrong camera. Come back up. Still wrong camera. For $5.99, this thing was definitely a steal. Definitely a steal at $5.99. And I am sorry, Pro Sound Stage and Lighting, for ripping you off, They did make me wait about a week to ship, but the side note on that is that I actually got and missed a phone call from the guy at Pro Sound Stage and Lighting the day after I placed the order, asking me how quick I needed it. Unfortunately, I missed the phone call, and when I waited several days to call back, and but they shipped it out, I think, about a week or so after I placed the order. It might have been, a backstock issue or something like that, but, I'm definitely not going to complain for having to wait a week for $5.99. It's just, not going to be able to do it. I can't complain. I love you, Pro Sound Stage and Lighting. I love you, Presonus. This is a great buy. This was a great fucking buy. And I can also set it down like this and, talk to you guys. Talk to me. How are you guys doing? Uh-huh. Yeah? Oh, for real? Did you get that thing checked out? Uh-huh. All right. That's good to hear. Say hi to your mother for me. So, I have got a few videos recorded. Some of it may or may not come out before this video is over, so and some of it may or may not come out at all. I don't know, but we'll just talk about it right now, because we talk. That's what we do. I shot an unboxing for, well, I guess I could show you, for Alf right here. This is a Christmas present from Timmy G #2. That one is definitely coming out, and that will probably have already have been posted. So you're welcome. You are welcome. I also filmed, I want to say 9 to 10 hours on 3 separate nights of me. I'm calling it the Random as Fuck trilogy. The first night was just, I was basically wanting to test out or work more testing with that Panasonic 25mm 1.7 lens on my GX85. And, so I thought I'd have a Random as Fuck Awards show, just something to film. And then I had a Random as Fuck second night and a Random as Fuck third night. It's basically just like 10 hours worth of ramble sesh. And I'm probably, if I produce it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it 3 separate videos, and they won't each be their full length. I'm going to edit stuff down, because I'm not going to torture you guys that bad. I promise. And I am planning, if I get paid soon enough, to go and get a new vape pen, or a new wax pen, a new dab pen. The reason is because I really liking getting back to this electronic thing, the e-dabbing or what e-devices, whatever you want to call it. This little Core 2.2 e-rig, it's been fucking great. And that, I've done the video. It's in the other room. I'm not going to bother going and getting it. But, the Seahorsey Pro Plus, whatever, 2, the little electric nectar collector. I've been really fucking happy with that. I want another good dab pen that I can take like outside and places and be, fairly discreet. When I say discreet, I mean like I could be out where the kids are playing and hit it and the kids wouldn't think nothing of it. That kind of a thing. Because out of all of those dab pens that I had, the only ones I've got left that actually still work are this. If you've been watching this channel long enough, you've seen me unbox all of these. This one was fucking early on. This one is the Octo Athena that we got from Hippie Butler, of all places. But it's just a little, $15, $20 cheap dab pen with an open coil atomizer and stuff. And I had the G Pen Nova dab pen attachment thing with it, but it got lost somewhere. I've still got the Nova, but I don't have the dab attachment for it anymore. And that thing has been discontinued. I can't really find the part for cheap enough to really make it worth it. So I want to buy. I just want to get something mainly with a ceramic atomizer and easy to clean up and all of that stuff. So what I'm looking at, I was thinking about getting the Puffco, the Plus or whatever it's called. But I'd have to order that one. So I think that my smoke shop carries pretty much all of the Luca stuff. So Luca has one called the Python that I'm thinking about getting. And it's only like $65. But the reason I'm telling you guys this is because if and when I do get it, maybe I bring it back here. Maybe we'll unbox it here, or at the very least, bring it on camera and, show you guys what's up. Show you what's up. What's up? I'm sorry, I looked down when I did that. I'm supposed to look right at the camera. Look you guys in the eyes like, what's up? There might still be something left in this one. Well, not really. But that's okay, because I did pack us up another dab to close the thing. We've been like literally recording this like all day. Well, I mean off and on, because I recorded the first part, then we took a break. Record the unboxing. I mean, we took a break. Then we came back and recorded in DaVinci, took a break, and came back and recorded in Presonus and took a break. And now we're doing this. Gonna give him my closing remarks and, take another dab or something. I still need to finish out the editing those videos for the Eastern Shore series for the Dreaming Turtle Relaxation and Chill. If you missed this discussion, or if it's in one of the videos that I haven't actually edited and published or whatever, then I'm still working on the studio back here, so we're gonna get the lighting, done better after I get my big GVM Great Video Maker lights properly set up and all of that. But what we're gonna start doing, I think, is I'm making the camera shake because I've got it attached to this unstable table. When we're doing unboxings and product videos, and maybe if I'm not promising, but if we decide to do another live stream, we'll do that back here as well for obvious reasons. But when we want to shoot some like talking head videos, just rambling or talking about a subject, maybe, we need to get back, and it's been forever since we've done a Stony Shaman's Corner video, something like that. Would be perfect for there, because these cameras are here, this is the worst out of these three cameras, and it's not terrible, and this camera's not too shabby, and my G20 up here ain't too shabby. This is the Sony Axe53, by the way. This is the Canon G20, and this is the Zoom Q8. Definitely the shittiest of them, but for a table camera, it actually works pretty good. Unlike the oh shit, if I can find it, I'm pretty sure it's still up here somewhere. Yeah, here it is, way over here. Unlike this little fucker, man. This little fucker was basically a waste of, was it like $180 or whatever, man? Even in like fucking broad daylight and shit, it seems like the footage on anything I record through here is just full of fucking noise, man. This thing is the Q2, was it the Q2N or whatever, it's fucking trash. It is fucking trash. The microphone, don't get me wrong, the microphone is fine. The XY mic on this thing is just fine. But it's, the video quality is terrible. But the GX85 is by far my best camera right now. And, it doesn't look all that much better than these cameras when it's hooked up to the switcher. Because the switcher is a little bit of a bottleneck, because everything is 1080p and it has to come from the HDMI port, yada, yada, yada. But filming internally, well, I mean, you could already see it. We've already published something. I think it was the unboxing for this glass attachment for the core is, was on that 50 millimeter, well, 25 millimeter, 50 millimeter equivalent, whatever, lens. And, I didn't know what to expect, really, when I put that on there and started filming. And when I went and looked back at the actual footage, I was just like blown away. It looked so good. I thought it did. I thought it looked fucking fantastic. But I don't know, that's me. That's just me, baby. That's just me. And also, one of these days, I am going to hopefully sell off some of my old music gear and stuff and buy a new camera. Because I really, really want to get the, the well, I'd really like to get the, what's it called, the G9 or whatever. But I'm really kind of aiming, if it stays at the $1,000 price mark like it is right now, at the GH5 II, because, well, I mean, the G9 or the GH9, whatever, would have the, use the same micro four thirds too, so I could, just swap my lenses that I already have without having to buy extra ones. But, it's the GH5 II also can shoot in log, and it's got a whole lot more stuff on it than the GX85 does, including that 10-bit color, and log. I need that in my life. Well, I don't need it, but it definitely helps when you're trying to do abstract things with your videos, especially like music videos and stuff like that, where you just kind of want to get wild and crazy with it. It would help. It would help a lot. And thanks for coming and hanging out with me and checking out my new $6 microphone. I love you. I'll see you in the next one, but we're not going yet. We're not going yet. I'm just getting that all out ahead. Batter's up. Batter is up. Batter is up, baby. I promise. Well, I mean, after it preheats, and then I turn it off, and then turn it back on. Because that's what we do now. We preheat it, we turn it off, and then we turn it back on, preheat it again, and, kind of just hold it for a few seconds, and then suck on it. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I am fucking rude. Get my, cotton swab ready, because that's how we do. I need to clean this fucking glass already. If you can't tell that I've been using the hell out of this thing, I do got my 710 in the kitchen though. I got the 710 and I got a bottle of Randy's cleaner to try. It's supposed to be the same like advanced stuff without the salt, and I like that salt, if you set it down and don't clean nothing with it for a while, that shit just hardens, and it's difficult to work with. The 710 Advanced Cleaner really is where it's at. Oh, batters. Oh, family batters. Family batters, baby. Family batters. Family batters. I had no idea what the fuck I'm talking about, little man. But, I'm special. Short but special. I should probably hold this on this side because, my microphone is like right here. So, how do we do? We get by. I get by. I get high, and I get by with a little help from my friends. Ooh. My mama would know what I'm talking about. I was going to say Paul London would know what I'm talking about. Paul McCartney would know what I'm talking about. I heard that he also gets by with a little help from his friends. The Foo Fighters. I watch how, out of the top of here, when I pull. Well, let me catch my breasts first, but. See that? Leaks out. Oh, out of the chamber. That helps get my ball spin. That helped me get my ball spin.
Oh shit, I think that we are about to the end of the dab. Oh, habba-dab. Habba-dab. And so, once again, thanks for coming, hanging out, checking out my new mic, my new $6 mic. And I love you, babies, all of yous, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. I'm gonna finish swab. Oh, I hope you didn't hear that. You probably did because the microphone's like right here. I'm really watching to make sure that my teeth don't fall out when I'm doing it.